Hey guys, my name is Maros and welcome to the video, The Nice Guy Psychology. So by the end of this video, I want you to understand why people who are people pleasers and who want to be nice even though they don't feel like that, why they behave the way they do. What is the driving force in their unconscious mind that is, and what are the subconscious beliefs that they are believing very strongly that makes them do the people pleasing and faking smile even when they don't feel like that, and all this kind of stuff. So let's start with a little definition. First, I will be talking about nice guys. What do I mean when I say nice guys? I mean people who are running the nice guy pattern. Nice guy pattern is nothing but a bunch of beliefs and covert contracts that the nice guy has with the external world that helps him navigate the world and that helps him survive in his ego. So when I talk about nice guys, I don't actually mean that these people are nice guys for life and it's like a label for their personality. It's just a simple way of how to say a person running a nice guy pattern over and over again. So I'll be shortening this to nice guys. So who are these men who are running the nice guy pattern? Who are these nice guys? Nice guys are men who believe that they have value of being nice. The truth is that, nice and polite. The truth is, however, that they only behave that way. Internally, even when they behave nice, they do not feel that it's their truth. So most of the time, they are suppressing what they really think, what they really want to say, what they really want to do, what is their real desire, in order to please the other person so that the person gives them approval and they feel safe. Right? If they did not do that, they would risk rejection, disapproval, losing validation. They would risk losing control because then unpredictable things could happen if they disagree with someone or step into conflict. So to make sure they feel safe, they will be behaving nice even though they don't feel like that. And this can go to such an extreme that a person can be in a boardroom or on a date and he can be the most loving person. Oh yeah, of course I understand you. Yeah, that was a good joke. And then he leaves the room and he's like, those bastards. And it's like there's this massive shift. There's this massive shift in psychology. The moment he leaves the room, all this niceness collapses. So the whole time it was just superficial. So let's talk about how this thing operates, because obviously it's not as simple. It's not as simple just like I'm nice and I want to be nice all the time. There's a bigger mechanics that is driving this entire pattern. So there are two core beliefs that are kind of universal for every person on earth that are behind the ego development. And then there are three more beliefs or contracts that the nice guy uses to navigate the world and that he uses to make himself feel safe using other people. So the first belief that, again, is universal for everyone, that nice guy has a doubt that I am not okay the way I am. So nice guy believes that there is something inside of him which is fundamentally broken, which is fundamentally bad, or it's something undefinable. He just knows that he's not okay the way he is. And because of this, obviously, he must make sure that this part of himself will not be seen in the world, right? Because he would get rejected and it would feel like crap, and he doesn't have tools how to deal with that, especially if it's super powerful. So in order to avoid these feelings, he has the secondary belief, which is I must become what other people want me to become in order to be safe and loved. I must become what other people want me to become to be safe and loved. So based on this, he will try to figure out what other people think, how other people are, and he will try to fit into those expectations and give them what they want so that he feels safe. Now, we are all human beings. Everyone has these doubts, right? Various people deal with these doubts differently. Some people go into massive self-expression, dramatizing, and this is how they get the feeling of safety. High achievers are very specific in the fact that they are able to really make massive effort, they can create massive amount of energy to get the results. And those results are going to make them feel good. And their ego is structured in this specific way, right? When it comes to nice guy pattern and nice guys have a very specific way of how to deal with the world and how to navigate the world. And what they're doing is that they're having three beliefs which are at the same time contracts with the external world. The problem is that they know, or they believe, that if they stick with their part of the contract, the external world will stick with their part of the contract. But the thing is that the people outside don't know about those contracts, and therefore nice guys get disappointed a lot, they get frustrated a lot, and they get into a lot of emotional pain, which unfortunately they do not have tools to deal with, or they do not have experiences that they have dealt with that in the past, so they just keep repeating them over and over and over again. So let me talk about this. The first one is, if I am nice, everyone will love me and like me. So nice guys believe that if they behave nicely and politely, that's enough to be liked by others, right? For them, it's irrelevant what's happening inside, because they, like, deeply inside, they believe that if they can only suppress these things that's happening in them, whether it's frustration or shame or guilt, whatever, or fear, if they can only push it down and appear nice and be smiling and loving and accepting, no matter what's going on inside, it's going to earn them love. The problem is that the other side of the contract is the person who they're dealing with. So if I am nice, everybody will love me and like me. The problem with this is that if I'm nice to you, and I'm nice to you over and over and over again, and I have to suppress my, my desires, my wants, I have to sacrifice what I genuinely want in order to make you feel happy so that you like me, and then you don't, I'm going to believe you're a dick, right? I stick with my part of the contract. I was nice all the time. I suppressed everything I wanted, and I gave you everything. I was nice to you all the time, and this is what I get in return. So when this happens, obviously nice guy gets angry and frustrated and maybe disappointed, and all these emotions starts to come up. The thing is, he must be, because he believes he must be nice, he will not show it. So he'll just stuff it inside, and he'll just stuff it deeper. And this is an endless cycle. So it's just like, it keeps coming up. He's nice, then he doesn't get what he wants in return, and he represses the emotion, so nothing happens. Now, nice guys do not make a choice to be like this. This is automatic pattern, because nice guys believe this is how the world works, right? If I give to everyone what they want, they will give me what I want, but not out of love, not out of genuine desire for self-expression. Like, I'm just gonna do my best and show myself to the world, risk failure, and try to be vulnerable with people, do the entrepreneurial endeavors, whatever, and then see what happens, and I will believe that life will give that back to me, right? They're gonna do it out of fear. So I must be this nice in order to get this back. That's why the frustration comes. That's why the anger comes. So this is the first one. If I'm nice, everyone will love me and like me. The second belief is, if I meet other people's needs without them having to ask, they will meet my needs without me having to ask. So if I meet other people's needs without them having to ask, they will meet my needs without me having to ask. What does this mean? Nice guy usually thinks a lot. And what he thinks about is, what is it that other people want? If I give that to them, I'm going to earn this credit for the future favor. And he believes that if he can figure it out, and if he can give that to those person, not only he will feel good for himself, like what a giver he is, how nicely he actually nailed it, he's going to also expect that when the time comes, when the right time comes, the other person will do the same for him. And again, it's very similar than the first one. This rarely happens. It doesn't work this way, especially when this behavior is driven by fear. If I'm afraid of rejection, and out of this fear of rejection, I will be desperately trying to figure out what you want and then give it to you, it has a very different flavor. It has a very different energy as when I'm wondering what could make you happy. And then when I give that to you, I'm feeling happy and I don't expect anything in return. It's a completely different mindset, even though on the behavioral level, it looks similar. And as I said in the beginning, here, it doesn't really matter for nice guy, it doesn't matter what's going on the inside. For him, it only matters what's going on the outside. Therefore, he behaves this way on the outside, and he doesn't then he's wondering like, why am I feeling like crap? Why am I feeling like this? I've been giving my entire life. I try to give people what they want, and this is what I get in return. Why? He just can't control it. So the second belief, if I give other people if I meet other people's needs without them having to ask, they will meet my needs without me having to ask. And the third contract, which is again very related to the first two, if I do everything right, I will have a safe and problem-free life. If I do everything right, I will have a safe and problem-free life. What does this mean? Because nice guy really has a lot of his psychology driven by fear. He believes that the world is really black and white. He believes that there is always the right way of doing things, and his job is not to put himself out there and risk and get on the adventure and be honest, be vulnerable, and just go into these massive risks. No. Nice guy's idea is that he must logically figure out, he must figure out the right way of doing things so that he gets the result he wants. If he does not get the result he wants, if he feels like crap because he did not get in return what he was expecting, then he will believe that he did something wrong. And what this will cause is he's going to feel guilty. He's going to feel ashamed, like, oh my God, I screwed up, I failed. And when he does this, he's not going to deal with the emotions through letting go and releasing. What he's gonna do, he's gonna go back into his head, and he's gonna think, okay, how do I do it next time the better, in order to avoid these feelings? How do I do it right the next time? What have I missed this time? And because of this, he's not going to share his feelings. He's not going to face these feelings. What he's going to do next time, he's going to try to figure out the right thing even harder. And he believes that the way or the key to the peaceful life and to a beautiful life is actually becoming so good at figuring things out that he will always do the right thing. He'll always do the right thing, but not from the inside, like from the intuitive perspective, from authentic self-expression, but from logically grasping how the world works. How do I do everything right? And sadly, because we live in a world of duality, everything you can do, there will be someone who is going to hate you for that, because everything has its opposite. It's a world of relativity. One of my mentors in the past told me, look, like no one will like you. I mean, it's impossible that everyone will like you. Yeah, that's the right way. It's impossible that everyone will like you. Look at Jesus Christ. Even that guy today has a 60% of market share. So there's no way that a nice guy will learn how to do everything right to have a safe and problem-free life. That's an illusion. The problem with this is that nice guy believes in these three things so hard that when he fails, and his emotion starts to come up as a signal that this strategy is not working, because he believes that he just did not figure the right thing yet. He's going to do the same thing with more effort. So the same thing that's not working, he's just going to put more energy in it, run against the wall, against the same wall that he already hit for 35 times. But this time he's going to run faster and he's going to smash his head harder. And he's going to do this to the point where he realizes that it's actually not working. And that's when guys either reach out to me or to someone else who's working with nice guy pattern, and then they start doing something about it. Now, what I've talked until now is the psychological part of this, of the nice guy pattern. If you want to simplify this to a very, very simple idea, what is driving the nice guy pattern, it's really all about emotional tension. Nice guys don't know how to deal with their emotions proactively. They are extremely reactive. They feel sadness. They want to take care of the sadness by doing something in the external world. They feel guilty. They want to do something outside so that they don't have to feel guilty. They feel fear. They want to do something so that they don't feel fear. They have no idea how to handle their emotions. That's why they run around like, crazy monkeys very often, and they're stuck. So number one thing that nice guy pattern is running on is really avoiding emotional tension. When nice guys are in a group of people, they feel uncomfortable. They don't want to feel that discomfort. Because of that, they run away from the emotional tension. They go in their head. They try to figure out the best way to say something, the best joke, the best compliment so that they're being liked. And then they leave the social situation and they're exhausted. They're exhausted because they did not have fun, but they desperately tried to fit in without, and it feels as if they were not doing it, as if it was just happening on their behalf, as if it was something running their head, something running their psyche. And it's the same with a salary negotiation. It's the same with dating. When they're on a date, they try to figure out the best way, what to tell to a girl in order that she likes them. This never works because then there's no one. It's an empty shell of a man trying to it's a computer basically trying to figure out what the other person needs to hear in order that they're satisfied so that they're like and get what they want. This doesn't work. So it's the same in sales, in leadership, in management, in dating, in relationship, in family upbringing. Nice guys are even trying to please their children, and that's why they have screwed up relationships with their children. It's in social settings, it's everywhere. And the reason why is because the emotional tension is universal. When you're feeling fear, it's the same fear you're feeling when you're on a business meeting as when you are about to approach a girl or when you are about to give a public speech. So emotional literacy and capacity to release emotions and to let them go is the absolutely key thing for nice guys to get out of this pattern. Now, I have a disclaimer, which might be a little bit painful for some people to hear, but here's the thing. Most nice guys will watch this video, they will write few notes, and they will do nothing. Why? Because nice guys' way out of their nice guy pattern is by understanding everything logically so that they have the idea so that they have the feeling that they now got it. Now I have the right way. Now that I understand what I'm doing, I finally got it. And they think that now it's going to be easier because they just understood something intellectually. Therefore, the problem with men who are running the nice guy pattern is that they consume all this information, they read all the articles, many of them will even read the book No More Mr. Nice Guy by Robert Glover, but then they will do nothing. And then they will read more content and consume more intellectual knowledge, so they feel better about themselves, so that they feel smarter, so that they appear as if they figured out the right thing, the right way of doing it. That's why it's difficult for nice guys to recover, because they struggle they lack this drive to take action, this drive to actually do something, to connect with the anger and say enough. So yeah, that's the sad truth. Most of nice guys will not do anything with this. They will just keep doing the same thing, then they will transfer it to their children, and either someday in the future when they go through enough pain, they will contact someone, or they will just do something with it in order to get out of that. Now, if you are one of the 90%, you're perfectly fine to do that. You can do whatever you want. It's really your decision. There's no right, there's no wrong. Being a nice guy is not wrong. It's just that it's not working. That's my personal opinion. So you can keep doing whatever you're doing and live relatively, and I'm saying relatively 3 times for a reason, relatively happy life. If you are one of the 10% who actually want to do something, who want to learn how to deal with emotional tension, how to handle your emotions, what these emotions are actually telling you, and how you can use them in order to have better results in business and love life, including whether you're dating or you're having a relationship and a family already, then reach out to me on, let me put this on buymaros.com/book now. What we will do is that we will look at where you are today, what is your specific situation, and why you're stuck today. Then the second thing is that we will look at what is your dream, what is the thing that you actually want and that you're striving for, that's going to make you feel good for the future and that's going to get you excited so you can move towards something. Once we have that, then we will craft a step-by-step game plan how to get from the place where you're today to where you want to be. so that you get out of your nice guy pattern, get much better results in business and in your love life, and all this by learning how to deal with emotional tension and whatever is specific for you. Okay, so if you are one of the guys who actually want to take action and you're not just seeking for intellectual knowledge, which is okay still, but if you are a guy who wants to take action and get out of this pattern, then reach out to me by buymyrose.com/book now. You'll be taken to a page where you will select a date and time that works for you the best. After that, you will fill a short questionnaire where there's a couple of questions I need to know in order for me to prepare better for our meeting. And then we'll kick it off. So, I spoke a lot. Good. So I talk to you soon, hopefully. Bye.